Shazazz Creations, your one-stop shop when it comes to customization. Totes, tees, tumblers, hats, and more. Looking for a customized gift idea for a graduation, birthday party, baby shower, or just a unique creation of your own? Check out Shazazz Creations as seen here on Whitney D TV. Female, Black owned. Use my promo in the description box down below and let her know Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Thank you. Bye. Welcome to Embrace Pangea. These products are all created to bring you back to balance through nature's gifts. They have a wide range of products that deal with various aspects of daily life, such as deodorants, juices, clothing, vagina detoxes, and body scrubs. Whichever product that you decide to embrace, you can rest assured that it was created with love for the betterment of self. Embrace your Pangea. Visit the link in the description box below and let them know that Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Bye. So check out the site embracepangea.com and embrace your Pangea. You know what I'm saying?
Come on in, people. It's time for the plug. So y'all know I got a word. If you don't know, you're gonna find out in a few minutes. My name is Britannia, and I am the plug. I am the plug. My name is Britannia, and I am the plug. I am the plug.
My name is Whitney Davis. I'm 33, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. Pleasant Grove, Dallas, Texas. So, it kind of makes me think about the whole R. Kelly situation. And people that know me, I know that I'm a YouTuber, and I talk strongly about the situation, and some people would label me as to be a hater of R. Kelly, but it's like, no, I get him. I get how being a part or exposed to the traumatic, sexual abuse that you begin to be, you then in turn become the abuser. The abuse becomes the abuser. And you are exposed to something. Sometimes cognitively you're thinking that it's okay. It's not right, I don't think, but it's okay, clearly, because it's happening to me, and then it was by somebody who supposedly loved me. And so it just becomes like, repetitive. It becomes like something that you just continuously do, and then it becomes a behavior, then it becomes somewhat accepted, because all these years it was accepted, his behavior, and for me too. It was just kind of like, not necessarily that it was accepted, it was tolerated. She just fast, she just bad, she just grown, and not knowing that deep inside, no, she's hurt, no, she done been through something, no, she's acting out, and that's the stigma that I'm trying to break with this whole experience now. That no, what you're seeing is a surface level issue, but it's something deeper that we need to expose. These behaviors that you're seeing, it's not just these words that we like to put on people: fast, hot, grown, and all these things. You're seeing a spiritual warfare going on right before you, and it's a reason behind it. These people went through something. Let's talk about it. People, when you think about abuse or sexually abusing, you think it's just kids, but adults get sexually abused all the day. And what I say is, by me, are these chain relationships that I kept getting in and out of, or just abusing men, just for sexual tendencies, because that's really what it was at this point. I was just like, I want you, just want what you can offer me, and then when I get it, it's still not enough, because it's something that was a void that got stripped from me, that I'm seeking to fill, but I can't find it in men. I can't find it in just plainly putting their penises or what have you. I need to find that void in Christ, and I absolutely did, you know. But that's what you see all these adults doing, is steady trying to seek for something in people that people can offer. And so I abused other children, and I abuse people, adults, if you will, by getting into these relationships, not giving them closure, and just kind of abusing them as an individual, and yeah, that's not right, but no one wants to talk about that.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now let's get into this, shall we?
Today I saw a ladybug, and it's so crazy because Whitney used to always call me Ladybug, and we used to have thousands of ladybugs in Virginia come summertime. We used to open up all the windows, and thousands of ladybugs would just come into the house. They would fly into the house, and it would just be the most beautiful thing ever. And I saw a ladybug today, and it made me think of Whitney. That's so crazy. It really made me think of Whitney.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are almost at the tail end of these transcripts. We're in the process of ordering the rest of the days. Again, these transcripts are from this Monday. This is when AZRIEL first took the stand. However, in the first half of the transcripts, you would have heard that Aaliyah was pregnant, and in order to get her an abortion, he had to marry her. He married her in between concert and went on about his business. And he did that because you either have to get consent of the spouse or consent of the parent. Okay. So not for nothing, that's just to catch you guys up. And that was this was the testimony from the witness of the ceremony and everything. Okay. And then just to skim through, you hear how AZRIEL met R. Kelly where she was at, how everything transpired. Now, what we are doing is 3 individuals by the help of you wonderful people sending in donations, and then ourselves contributing to the cause. We are in the process of gathering up these transcripts so we can get the facts out. Okay. We are not biased over here. We just read. Okay. We would just read. And the 3 main individuals that have been doing this is myself, Atmos Love Zone, as well as Diva Divine. Okay. Diva Divine took the reins first. So if you want to hear the first like 30, 40 pages of the transcript, you need to head on over to her channel. Then the second leg went to Atmos, and then you guys heard me on last night with the third leg of it. Atmos went there after me last night and hit some more. Then we bounced back to Diva Divine. And then here I am. We still have several pages of this transcript. And we're just slowly processing this. They are further in the trial. However, we're just pacing ourselves because, let's be clear, it has been some lies being placed out there, and we just want to set the record straight, So we're going to comb through all these transcripts. This is how you get the truth out. And again, we're not biased. It is what it is, what we read. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're in the process of reading over to the defense portion of transcripts. Okay. Again, this trial just started last week. No one is a winner right now. And to be absolutely honest with you, no one's a winner at the end of this. You can take that how you want to. But let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. Welcome to Whitney D TV. I am Whitney D. I ask that you guys keep it cute or get the boot, and you can boot yourself out, okay? We are adults over here. You do not have to agree with any of my opinions. In between me reading the transcripts, I will, however, give my opinion. This is my commentary. This is my channel. If you're opposed to it, I'm absolutely okay with that. I just ask that you do it respectfully. If you do not, I have mods, and I will regulate other mods if they become overwhelmed. Okay, but please just be respectful. Don't come in here scamming. I'm scamming. Oh, yep. No. Don't come in here spamming my comments, please, in my chat with your free R. Kelly's. I guarantee you, he is not looking at my channel. He cannot see it. Okay, so keep that for the parades and the gallivanting in front of the courts. Okay, not over here. We're just reading exactly something that you can pertain yourself. Okay, please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you have not, if you're interested in topics as this, as well as other topics. Okay, and I give a realistic approach to everything I talk about. This is not no biased situation. I do like who I like. However, I am very fair. I try to be very fair. So if you are interested in a realistic approach to everyday life, celebrity gossip, and things of that nature, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like this. Helps the algorithm pick up this video for other people to enjoy and watch. And also, you can help me by sharing. Head on over to your Facebook page and please click that share button. You can find it on the screen here. below. Click it and it'll give you opportunity to do it. It's just click, click, click. Come on, you guys. Okay. So take time out to do that so people can listen in. Okay. You want to take it a step further, please join the channel. Okay. And you can click out of the chat and you can press the join button and join the Witness Nation. Okay. Now, if you guys want to send any monies to replenish what we have dispersed, what I have dispersed personally in regards to it, know that 9 times out of 10 it's going to go back into getting these transcripts. Okay. This is my Cash App. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into everything. Let me just tell everybody hi real quick. Okay. Because we're going to go ahead and get into this. Hi, Indigo Forever. Hi, Take R. Kelly, give us back Tupac. Hey, Mom Life Love, Larry's Minion. Tarsha, what's up, girl? Hey, Granny, how are you? Rocking with the truth. Hey, Whitney from Wilmington, DE. Hey, okay. Happy Friday, chat. I'm in the bushes, but listening intensively. All right, girl. Don't get no thorns in your butt. Hi, Shanti. Hey, Nettie. Hey, my beautiful wings. Hey, Nikki. Hey, tie-dye. Hey, Missy. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody before I go in. Hey, Peter. Oh, I see one of my Karens. Hey, Karen J. All right. Okay. All right. I think that's everybody. Oh, hey, Candy Cane. Hello. Hey, Lemmy. Let me see. Hi, Shamira. Let's see. Hey, Shanae. Hey, Honey Bunches. Hey, Angela. All right, you guys. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the channel, okay? I'm not going to hold you guys up. I got my children got a doctor for me at 3. And I got to get to it, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the mix of everything, okay? I just want to share my screen. And for those that are tuning in, let me put this across the bottom real quick so you guys know what we're reading. Hold on. All right, there you go. Okay, and then hold on, I gotta edit it. I'm gonna put my Cash out there just in case if you guys. All right. Okay, you guys. Okay, so got all of that done. Everybody that's new that's coming in, hello everybody. Hey Tune. Hey, you guys that are coming in, greet everybody. You know we all about love over here, so you guys let everybody know. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Ty, let me make you a mod. I forgot. Hopefully get more people to watch the playback because baby last night got crazy. I will like to share this with you guys. I'm not going to show it, but this is just a message that Mr. Angelo himself sent me over. And you guys may have your personal views about this, but at the end of the day, he is a parent. And he is the parent that has to sit here and hear all this stuff that his daughter, went through, allegedly. I wasn't there. So, but after last night, sorry, I just got a message. Okay. After last night, excuse his French, but this is him. He said, "This is why I truly F with you deeply. Keep up the great work. You had me rethink my argument." And so, so I guess he was listening in on last night. Appreciate it. He said, "Great live. Have a great night with your king." So I appreciate stuff like that. And like I said, I don't care if you disagree. Just do it respectfully, and please fill the comments up with your questions, concerns, and our comments. I'm just going to read. So I don't want to get distracted. Okay, let me share and let y'all hear this real quick, and then we're going to get into everything. Okay. All right. I'm going to cover it, however, because for copyright reasons, but you'll be able to hear it.
Reporting that Dre is handing us, and then we are to unpack it. That accuser said so much, but for me, it was that last part, because if we are going to believe that R. Kelly did all these things for so many decades, right? To all of, or most of these women who are coming forward, it's that last thing she says. He told her he should be able to do whatever he wants. He's a genius. And if you look at the allegations that the prosecution in this federal trial is laying out, if these things are true, and accuser after accuser after accuser after accuser, woman after woman now, they were girls, if they're to be believed, this is exactly what he does believe. And it's just so difficult. And then she turns 18, and you notice how that relationship tapered off, according to her.
At that point, she was too old, and it's just starting to see. We keep hearing the same things, and these people sometimes that may have never even met each other, but these accusers are saying the same thing, the same details, the same aspects of what the relationship entailed is still coming to light. So you can only start to think that some of this, if not all of it, is true. But of course, he's going to continue to have his day in court if he can afford his lawyers, because his lawyers have said numerous times that he's broke. And now it's to the point where R. Kelly has said he wants to sell his music catalog, which is estimated to be worth $21 million. However, because of all these court cases and what's going on right now, they're saying that it probably will not sell for that. Probably more like $8 to $10 million. And don't forget that his music goes beyond his hits. It was other stuff that he's written for Michael Jackson and Aaliyah and Toni Braxton and Destiny's Child. So he has this catalog that includes all the things that he's written as well, that at this point is not worth much. And a lot of the money he has coming in is going right back out to other lawsuits. He has about $1.7 million, it's estimated, that he brings in a year, but he's got a $3.5 million lawsuit with an old landlord. He has a $4 million sexual abuse case that he has to pay out. So it is easy to believe that he's broke.
Damn.
Yeah, and there's people love still after all these years, right? We covered the anniversary of her death again. They love Aaliyah. Age ain't nothing but a number. He's behind so many hits that he is right. He's a genius, a musical genius. But the dark side that emerged had people like me, at least, saying, I can't even listen to these musical gifts anymore. So I'm surprised it would even be worth $8 million, his catalog. I'm very surprised that there'd be any, because what would you do with it? There's a ton of people, sure, I guess, who would listen, but there's others like me who I just can't.
Yeah, and that's the reason he's having difficulty. It just came out yesterday. He's having difficulty selling it for even $8 million at this point. So I'm not sure who's going to buy it, but if they do, it's probably going to be because of some of the other hits that he's done for other artists. So
yeah, it's a shame separating monster behavior from the music. It's difficult. Well, stay with BNC for continuing coverage of the United States versus R. Kelly. It really is coverage you won't see anywhere else. I can't find the chronicling of this federal trial on other outlets, not like this.
All right, you guys, I just wanted you guys to hear what is... All right, you guys, I just wanted you guys to hear what was transpiring in regards to the case, because again, like I said, you guys know that we're going through the transcripts with a fine-tooth comb, but the case is continuing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the transcripts. Okay, what you guys are really here for. Okay, So get you a snack, get you something to drink. I got me something to drink this go around. I had to stop and run to the kitchen and grab me something because I just, baby, now mods, okay, if you blocked Blade, unblock her. Okay, I mean, I don't know how to block a person on here. I know how to get rid of a person, but I don't know how to necessarily block someone. So I don't know how that goes. So it ain't me. But if you know, don't come over here with no drama, y'all. Okay, I don't block nobody unless they get to acting a fool. Okay, so if somebody is blocked, please unblock them. That's not, you don't have my permission to do that. Okay. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now, please, everybody, man the chat, okay? Because I am about to read, and I'm not going to be pinging in and out, okay? Because I want to be able to get this transcript out, okay? All right, you guys. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen with y'all. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll, y'all, okay? Okay, y'all saying only I can unblock. Where is the block at? I don't know how to do that on my end. That's what I'm saying. So how does one be blocked to begin with? I would have to go into settings and all that to do that. I'm not trying to be funny, but I really can't do that right at this particular moment. I don't even know how to go by doing that. Let me see if I can do it real quick. You guys hold on. Let me see. Oh, see, community. Okay, I made community. All right, let me see. See if I can see. Yeah, I thought so. I'm like, there's no Blade over here, y'all. She's not blocked. She's not blocked. Unless she changed her name. Did she change her name? Yeah. And I can actually show y'all my stuff. I don't see her on here. Yeah, I don't see her on here, y'all. I can't unblock somebody that's not on the list. Let me skim through here one more time because I don't really block people. Really more so block commenters. I don't block people in the chat. Yeah, she's not in here, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't see her anywhere in here. Unless her name is different, I don't see it. They're talking about R. Kelly on Court TV. They're playing Sharon. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get into this because I don't want to drag this out any longer. I know we got some people waiting. If she has a second account, tell her to come on in, but I didn't block her. It's not showing in my settings at all. So, all right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the reading. We're leaving. We're going to start at page 939. And it goes on to say, I would have been really remorseful, and I would have had to have fed his ego. Specifically, what would you do? What would you have done to convey that to the defendant? I would have to have said exactly what he wanted to hear. Who did you say that to? To the defendant? To his face? Yes. Did you ever write letters? Yes, I did. What letters would you write? I would write many letters. When you were in a room as a result of violating a rule, would you ever write letters to the defendant? Yes, I would. If I did not have my phone, yes. Were there times when you were in a room without your phone? Yes. Why would you be in a room without your phone? Because he would take it as a punishment. What would you write in the letters? It would have to be an apology for a rule that I had broken. What, if anything, would you do with the letter that you wrote? Hold on, I gotta make sure I got my charge. She goes on to say, I will have to give it to him. And he basically read it. How would you give it to the defendant? I would just give it. I would just give him the sheet of paper, and sometimes he would make me read it in front of him, or he would leave with it and then come back at another time. Do you recall any occasion where your first letter was not sufficient? Yes, I do. What happened? If it was attitude in the letter, then I would still be stuck in the room and I would have to rewrite the letter. Who determined if there was attitude in the letter? The defendant. Miss Geddes, I'm showing, may I approach your honor? The court. Yes. Miss Geddes, I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as government exhibit 926. Do you recognize what's shown in government exhibit 926? Yes, I do. Generally speaking, what are they? That is pictures of the studio on 209 North Justine Street. Now, do you recognize the time frame from which these photos were taken? Yes, I do. When were they approximately taken? When do they appear to show? What time period? We had already left the studio. And what year was that? 2019? And just to be clear, where was the Justine Street studio? 209 North Justine Street, Chicago, Illinois. And are the photographs contained in Government Exhibit 926 fair and accurate photos of how that studio appeared at times when you were there? No, some are, not all. Have you seen, though, the studio looked the way that it looks in these photos? Yes, I have. Miss Skiddies, the government offers 926. Mr. Koenig, objection. The court, well, I think you've got to specify which ones are fair and accurate recommendations and which ones aren't. At least that's the way I understand the witness testimony. Miss Skiddies, the court, is that your objection? Mr. Koenig, yes, Your Honor. Miss Skiddies, sorry, I didn't hear your objection. The court, it's not just me. Why don't you take the exhibit to her and have her show you which ones are not fair and accurate representations? That might be the fastest way. Miss Skiddies, I can do that. Let me just ask one primarily question. The court, okay. You said that there were certain things that were different in these photos than some of the time you were in Justine Street studio. Yes. What was different generally? The bedrooms. They actually all had beds in them, in which we had his workers remove them. Okay. Aside from the type of furniture in there, Are these photos, everything else is accurate? So the structure is the same, yes. As it was when you were there, yes. Is it fair to say that there are just some photos where the furniture is a little bit different? Yes. All right. Miss Gideon, may I approach the court? Well, with that proviso, if that's the only difference, do you object to the photos going in? Mr. Canick, yes. The court, okay. I guess you can now go through them all. Miss Gideon, all right. There are different page numbers, so I'll refer to the page numbers. The court, why don't you give them to the witness? Just go through and tell us which one is different. The witness, okay. So this is the master bedroom that was renovated, and it did not look like this initially. The court, didn't look like this. What? Meaning that this was a bedroom that we had gotten renovated. The court, right. Azriel. So this is what it looked like. The court. So that's correct, right? Azriel. Yes. The court. Just go through the ones that are not. Mr. Kenny, are they numbered? The court. Yes, they are numbered. So when you get to one that doesn't fairly and accurately represent the way it looked, tell us what number it is and why it's not a fair and accurate representation. Azriel. Okay. 016 is not accurate. There was a bedroom in this room. The court. So there isn't missing furniture? Azriel. Yes. The court. All right. So that's 16. The witness. 018 is also missing furniture. The court. Okay. Azriel. 019 is the same picture of 018, just a different angle. The court. And when you say it's missing furniture, what kind of furniture is it missing? Azriel. It was bunk beds in that room. The court. All right. Azriel. And 020 is missing furniture. Question. And what furniture is missing from that one? A bedroom. The court. Meaning bedroom furniture? Azriel. Yes. A master bed was in there. And also 25 is missing furniture. There was a bed in there as well. Question. Aside from that, are those fair and accurate photographs of how the studio on Justine Street appeared? Yes. And the photographs shown on page 16, 18, 19, 20, and 25, are those fair and accurate photographs of the room themselves, with the fact just that the furniture is different? Yes. Ms. Gideon, the government offers government exhibit 926. The court, any objection? Mr. Kennick, I just want to see them. The court, well, you have copies of them, don't you? Mr. Kennick, no. Ms. Gideon, here. Mr. Kennick, thanks. Mr. Kennick, just one question of voir dire or voir dire, whatever that is. The court, sure. Voir dire examination by Mr. Kennick. Question. When were these pictures taken? These pictures were taken after we had already left the studio. When you said we, who are you talking about? Uh-oh. Me, the defendant, and Joy. Do you have an... Oh. Sorry. Do you have an approximately if... The court. It's very hard to hear you. Do you have an approximation as to what year that was? 2019, meaning even though he had the studio, he was behind in bills. Thought he was rich. Okay. So that's not what I'm asking you. I asked you specifically, was this in 2019? The court, she answered it. She said it was in 2019. All right. Any more questions? Mr. Canick? No, I'm good. The court, any objection? Mr. Canick? No objection. The court, all right. They're in evidence. Government Exhibit 926, so marked. Ms. Gideon, I'm showing the witness, I'm showing everyone what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 926. Direct examination, continue. By Ms. Gideon. I'm going to show you page 29. Do you recognize what's shown on Government Exhibit on 29? Yes. What is that? This is a control room. Hold on, y'all. I want to just come in with you guys. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Let me know if I'm reading okay. Are you guys enjoying it? How do you contribute? My Cash App is at the bottom where it's scrolling across. You can send whatever you would like to donate, to help, to contribute. It's scrolling across down at the bottom. Okay. All right, let's go on. Am I reading okay, you guys? Please let me know. And at the time on December 28th of 2015, where the defendant told you to stay in a room for a period of days, where were you told to stay? In the control room? And what, if anything, was in the control room when you were there in 2015? It looked very similar to this, and it had two different chairs, which were more like day chairs, and a black couch in there. Direct examination continued by Ms. Gideon. And if I turn the page to page 31 of that same exhibit, can you see what's shown there? Yes. What is that? That is the black couch that was put in that studio in 2015. And is that just another angle from within the control room? Yes, it is. Before lunch, I believe you testified that the defendant told you to delete your social media accounts. Do you recall that testimony? Yes, I do. Did you follow that rule? I did not. At any point, did the defendant learn that you had not deleted your social media? Yes. How did the defendant learn? There was once I was actually on Snapchat and he had walked into the room. Where were you when this happened? The control room. The control room that I just showed you? Yes. What, if anything, were you doing when the defendant entered the room? I believe that I was making a video. I was in the middle of working out. Do you remember how old you were when this happened? I was 17. And you said you were making a video. Can you explain what you were making a video of? It was just a selfie video of myself in which I had planned to send to my immediate friends. And what application were you using? Snapchat. How did the defendant respond when he came into the room? He was very angry. And he ended up taking my phone and breaking it. What, if anything, did the defendant say? He asked me who was I talking to and had I been talking to guys. How did you respond? I told him I had not been talking to anyone. What did the defendant do? He then took the phone and broke it. Did you see him break it? Yes, I did. How did the defendant break your phone? He slammed it. On what? On the ground. Do you remember what type of phone you had? It was an iPhone. And after the defendant slammed the phone to the ground, what did you or what happened? After that, he had left me in the room. And when you say he left you in the room, what do you mean by that? Meaning that I had to stay in the room until he came back. whenever he cooled down? How did you know? Why did you believe you had to stay in the room? Because it was a rule of his. But what, if anything, did he do to convey to you that you needed to stay in the room? He told me that I could not leave the room. What, if any, where did the defendant then go? I don't know. Did he stay in the room? No, he left. What did you do while you were inside the room? I wrote a letter apologizing. Do you remember what you wrote in the letter, generally speaking? I was very remorseful because he eventually forgave me. How, if at all, were you able to give the defendant the letter that you wrote? When he would come into the room, I would give him the sheet of paper. And what, if any, do you remember how the defendant responded? He would take it, and if it was to his liking, he would come back and he would then chastise me, and I will be forgiven. And when you say chastise, that he chastised you, what again do you mean by that? Meaning that I was spanked. By whom? By the defendant. And what did he use to spank you? His open palm. On what part of your body? On my legs and my butt. And were you clothed when he spanked you? I was not. Now, you mentioned earlier that the defendant told you that the defendant didn't want you to talk about him and you with others. Do you recall that testimony? Yes, I do. Did you always follow the rule? I did not. Was there ever a time when the defendant learned that you had not followed the rule? Yes. What happened? It will usually result in me getting chastised. Do you remember a particular instance where the defendant learned that you had been talking about personal business? In Atlanta, yes. What happened? That is the incident that I already expressed. Oh, the one you testified earlier about involving Mia? Yes. You testified earlier about an individual named Juice. Do you recall that this morning? Yes, I do. At the time when you met Juice, who did you understand Juice to be? He had expressed to me that Juice was a homegirl of his that was in town from Chicago. And did you later learn that Juice had a different relationship with the defendant? Yes, I did. What did you learn? That she was actually a live-in girlfriend of the defendant. And what, if anything, what, if any, instructions did Juice give to you? Juice will basically tell me, she would try to tell me what to wear or how to dress or not to talk to men or just to ignore specific situations. And what, if anything, did you think about the instructions that you were receiving from Juice? Initially, I didn't know that they were coming from him, so I didn't care. Do you recall having any conversation with other people about that? Yes, I do. Who do you remember telling? I had expressed to my family. What did you express to your family? That I did not like Juice. And because she was trying to tell me everything to do. And at any point, did the defendant learn about that? Yes, he did. How did the defendant learn? He happened to check my phone and he saw it. What did he see? He saw that I had texted my parents and I had expressed that Juice was basically acting like a PO and that I didn't like her. And what do you mean by a PO? Meaning that every little detail, she would be trying to like tell me, no, you can't do this, you can't do this, or you can't do that, or you can't just leave out. And I thought that it was very bizarre for her. Another woman to be telling me what I could and could not be doing. Sound just like Ace. And when you say PO, what does PO stand for? Like a police officer. What did the defendant do, if anything, when he saw that you had been communicating about Juice with your family? He immediately made me text them and apologize and say that everything was on good terms between me and Juice. And did you do that? I did, yes. What if anything else happened after that? I never mentioned Juice to them again. What if anything else happened? After that, I never mentioned Juice to them again. You testified earlier about a sexual contact that you had with the defendant, including while you were 17. Did you also have sexual contact with other women in the defendant's presence? Uh-oh, here goes more sex trafficking. Yes, I did. Whose idea was it for you to have sexual contact with others in the presence of the defendant? It was the defendant's choice. At the defendant's direction, did you have sexual contact? Mr. Koenig, objection. The court, I haven't heard the question yet. Ms. Giddis, may I continue? The court, well, don't lead. If that's what you're starting to do. Ms. Giddis, all right. How many people did you have sexual contact with at the same time? Every setting was different. It was whatever the defendant wanted. However, there were times where it was everybody and girlfriend, meaning there were times where it could possibly just be a woman that he knew in Chicago for a weekend. Ooh. But fair to say it was more than one. Yes. Now, who could choose which female you would have the sexual encounter with on a particular occasion? The defendant. I'm showing what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 52B. Who is that again? That's Juice. Did you ever have any sexual encounters with Juice? I did, yes. Whose idea was that? The defendant's. Do you recall how old you were when you first had a sexual encounter with Juice? I was 17. I'm showing the witness what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 69B. Who is that? Meek. Did you ever have a sexual encounter with the defendant? With Meek? I did. Yes. Whose idea was that? The defendant's. I'm showing what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 72. Who is that? V. Did you ever have a sexual encounter with V? I did. Yes. Whose idea was that? The defendant's. And I'm showing what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 78. Who is that? Ooh. Know that if a name is mentioned, you guys, they're going to be there. Just FYI. And I'm showing what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 78. Who is that? Joy. Did you ever have a sexual encounter with her? I did. Yes. Whose idea was that? The defendant's. I'm showing the witness only what's been marked for identification as Government Exhibit 76. Without saying the individual's name, do you recognize who that is? I do. Yes. And how did you meet that individual? Through the defendant. What, if any, sexual contact did you have with that individual? We were intimate, yes. Whose idea was that? It was the defendant. Miss Gideon, the government offers Government Exhibit 76. The court. Any objection? Mr. Koenig, no. The court. All right. That's in evidence. Is that for the jury or for Miss Gideon? Yes. You can publish it. Government Exhibit 76 was received in evidence exhibit published. And I'm showing the witness only what's been marked for identification as Government Exhibit 77. Do you recognize Government Exhibit 77? I do. Yes. Without saying her name, how did you meet her? Through the defendant. And what, if any, sexual contact did you have with that individual? We were intimate. Whose idea was that? The defendant's. Miss Gideon, the government offers Government Exhibit 77. Mr. Koenig, no objection. The court, okay. That's in evidence. Government Exhibit 77 was received in evidence. Miss Gideon, may I publish? Exhibit published. Now, you just testified about sexual contact that you had with a number of females. Was the defendant present when you had sexual contact with those individuals? Every time. Lynn, let me stop this right now. Baby, don't come over here on my channel to advertise for anybody else, okay? And it's nothing no more than Sylvia is doing than what we're doing over here. We're reading, okay? So it's not both sides or nothing. It's just reading, okay? You guys over there have an issue with being fair and neutral, okay? So it ain't no sides over here. It's transcript. You can't take no sides when you're reading the transcript. You're just reading, okay? So thank you. Bye-bye, Lynn. Okay. Please don't come over here. All right. With that, I don't appreciate that. Don't advertise somebody else's channel. Okay. Let me put that on fair notice. Okay. Don't come back over on my side. Nobody come onto my channel and advertise for nobody else's channel. Okay. I don't appreciate that. Okay. Let them get their own, garnish their own views and stuff like that. Okay. So, all right, now let's continue. Okay, Miles, I'm gonna need y'all to get on it. Okay, don't allow anybody coming over on my channel and put information about somebody else's channel over here. Okay, all right. And any questions, concerns, or comments, y'all put them in the chat or whatever. Okay. All right. Now, I will be real ignorant if I carry my behind up over there and get the popping off. So don't come back over here, y'all. Okay. I don't mind y'all coming over here and opposing and having your views and going back and forth with the people in the chat respectfully. But don't advertise nobody damn channel. Don't play. Okay. Don't do that. That's silly. That's very immature. Okay. I don't go on nobody else's channel doing nothing. I might not agree with any of y'all views, but I keep it cute. Don't play with me. Don't disrespect my channel. Garner your own audience. Okay. Garner your own audience. Okay. And from my recollection, when I be over there, she get numbers. Kudos to her. Y'all stay over there. Okay. Don't come up over here. Okay. Y'all ridiculous. Anyways, as I was saying, and yeah, y'all can run and tell that screen recorded if you want to. Y'all got any problems, y'all can add me. Now, as I was saying, was the defendant present when you had sexual contact with those individuals? Every time. Oh, and let me just put this in here real quick. I we are getting all the other transcripts, y'all. Know that this is what we got. We haven't heard back from the reporters. So if you guys got access to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then hey, you know what I'm saying, send it over. We'll pay for it. However, otherwise, we're reading what we got. Okay, so we're not being biased or nothing. We're reading what is on the screen, and y'all are literally seeing it. I haven't removed it. I haven't hesitated. I ain't did nothing. I've been stumbling over words and everything. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. It ain't no sides, and that's the ignorant view to have if you still talking about some damn sides when you're reading a transcript. I'm just saying. Anyways, no more ranting. Let's get to it. Was there ever a time when he wasn't present? Never. Okay, now I saw somebody saying that this is not the RICO Act. What y'all gotta understand with the RICO Act is basically trying to talk about it being an enterprise. With it being an enterprise, it has to show that R. Kelly delegated tasks. You know, people were in motion doing stuff on his behalf. So that's why they're asking these questions in regards to, well, who said this was okay? Where was he? Did it happen? Because the thing is that if it happened while he wasn't present, this is just something that AZRIEL wanted to do. But if it wasn't something he wasn't privy to, I mean, if he was there, who controlling the operation? Who is putting all this together? So I'm just, just saying. Okay. Now, okay. Who, if any, of the defendant's employees did he ask you to have sexual contact with? Objection, Your Honor, Mr. Kenneth. The court overruled. A few, actually. Do you remember their names? Lily and Cassandra, I believe. I'm sorry. I object to the last response. The court overruled. I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as Government Exhibit 41. The witness only. Do you recognize Government Exhibit 41? I do. Who is that? That is Cassandra. Is that the Cassandra that you just mentioned the defendant had you have sexual contact with? Yes, it is. Miss Gideus. Government offers Government Exhibit 41. Any objection? Mr. Koenig, no. The court. Okay. That's in evidence. Government Exhibit 41 was received in evidence. Exhibit published. Question. And I'm not showing what's been marked for identification to just the witness only. Government Exhibit 42. What's shown in Government Exhibit 42? Do you recognize? Yes, I do. Who is that? That is Lily. And is the individual you identified as Lily the same Lily that you just testified the defendant had you have a sexual encounter with? Yes, she is. Max, she was with him for 5 years. Remember, she started with him back in 2015, and when he got locked up, she stayed with him a little bit after that, and then she went back home. So yeah, for 5 years, since the age of 17. Yes, she is. Oh yeah, I said all that. Okay. Any objections? None. Okay, that's in evidence. Okay, that's in evidence. Government Exhibit 42 was received in evidence. Exhibit published. Aside from the woman who you just identified, were there other women or other females with whom the defendant directed you to have a sexual encounter with? Oh yeah, and there it is. Boom. Sorry, I forgot my little explosion. Lily and Cassandra. Yes. Do you know the names of those individuals without seeing them? Do you know their names? Yes. The court. Hold on just 1 second. All right. Does anybody on the jury need a break? No, no. Can I talk to you at the side? The court. Oh, well, I don't need you to address it here. No. Can you wait for a few minutes, or do you have to talk to her now? We're going to take a 5-minute break. Please don't talk about the case, and you can address whatever issues you have with Miss Green. All right. The courtroom deputy. All rise. Jury exits the courtroom. The court. All right. The witness can step down. A recess was taken at 4:32 p.m. The court. Let's bring them back if we're all done. One of the jurors says he can't see the pictures, Miss Gideus. He can't see the pictures, so Miss Gideus, I'll keep them on for a longer period. Proceedings of time. I can show them again. The court. All right. And I'll give them an instruction that they'll be able to see them when they're deliberating as well. I do have I know you don't want me to ask this question, but do you have any idea how long your direct will be? Miss Gideus. It's going to be the rest of the day, but I'm hoping that I will be finished or very near finish. The court. Okay. All right. Everybody can sit down. Sorry. Should we get the witness? Let's get the witness back. Yes. Witness resumes to stand. The court. All right. Let's get the jury, please. The courtroom deputy. All rise. The courtroom deputy. You may be seated. Miss Gideus. May I proceed? The court. Yes. Go ahead. The courtroom deputy. The witness is reminded she is still under oath. Okay. That you guys all remember she is under oath. Whoo. You know there before you do proceed, I just want to remind you, there are lots of pieces of evidence coming in, and I've asked the assistant United States attorneys to make sure that it's up for a long enough time for you to take a look at it. Let me repeat that. Repeat the status. The court. This is the judge. This is the judge. Before you do proceed, I just want to remind you, there are lots of pieces of evidence coming in. Let me run that back one more time. I just want to remind you, there are lots of pieces of evidence coming in. And I've asked the assistant United States attorney to make sure that it's up for a long enough time for you to take a look at it. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure everybody heard, about the evidence, and, there's a lot of evidence, and that, it's coming in, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to let y'all know that. Mm-hmm. But also, you don't have to commit any of these things to memory. In your final deliberations, you'll have access to all of the evidence during your deliberations. So with that, you can go ahead. Ms. Gibbs, Your Honor, may I briefly just show the photos that I previously put on the MO? The court. Let's continue. And then what go ahead and show them. That's fine. Miss Gideus. Okay. I'll file be brief. Oh gosh, I'll be brief. This is Government Exhibit 78, Exhibit published. Miss Gideus, 52B, Exhibit published, and you guys see all these publications. Okay, I don't want to read all that. And okay, y'all see y'all. This is all evidence that they're putting in. Okay, putting in all of this evidence is being put in. Okay, all right. Okay, If you guys want to sow a seed, I see that. Look down at the bottom where it says what I'm reading, which is AZRIEL Clary, day 1 transcript. And then it has pages. And then, oh, crap, it don't. Hold on. I thought I fixed this. It's supposed to have my Cash App added to it. Sorry, y'all. I added my Cash App. It didn't take it for whatever reason. If you guys would like to donate, I'm going to put my Cash App, please. Yes. And I promise you, it's going to go right back into... Oh, heck. It's going to go right back into the transcripts. And you guys, we're almost finished. Well, where I'm going to stop it, shall I say. Okay, there you go. Guys would like to contribute. They got my Cash App down at the bottom. The information is down at the bottom. You can't, they're not going to show any evidence, you guys. And that's the reason why we can't even get into the courtroom with media and stuff like that. This is a federal case. Yeah. Okay. This is a federal case. That's why you're not seeing any evidence as of right now. Okay. Let's continue. Direct examination, continue. By Ms. Giddis. All right. You testified that in addition to the females that I just placed on the screen for the jury, that there were, in addition, that other females that defendant asked you to have sexual contact or told you to have sexual contact with. Is that correct? Yes. And do you recall some of the names of those additional individuals? Not all of them, but yes, a few. Who do you remember? There was a girl by the name of Chrissy. There was another woman by the name of Auntie April. And those are the only 2 names that I know. Oh, that's so sad. And were there additional individuals, additional females who the defendant directed you to have sex with you, whose names you do not currently remember? Yes. Did you always know the names of the individuals who you had sexual contact with at the defendant's direction? No. Mr. Koenig, objection. I didn't hear. I'm sorry, Mr. Koenig. Mr. Koenig, objection to the characterization of that question, direction. The court overruled. Now, how frequently did you have sexual encounters with females? Whenever the defendant wanted. So it could be every day, back to back, or it could be every 2 days, or during those sexual encounters, who, if anyone, was in charge? The defendant was always in charge. And why do you say that? Because he told everyone exactly what to do. Okay. All right. Who would he tell what to do? Me and the other women? What type of things would he say? Or what types of things would he tell you or the other females to do? He would orchestrate everything. So again, if he wanted one person to walk while someone was giving him oral head, then that's what it would be. If he wanted to have vaginal penetration while making the other person would walk or crawl, then that's what it would be. Were any of these sexual encounters recorded? Yes, they were. Who recorded them? The defendant. With what were these encounters recorded? With an iPad. And again, how old were you when these sexual encounters with other females began? I was 17. Mm, mm, mm. Did you want any of these sexual encounters with other women? Never. Ooh. Why did you do it? Like somebody said in the chat, she didn't have a gun to her head. Because he would force me to do so. How so? Sometimes it will be a punishment. And other times he would tell me to come to the room and he would already be in the middle of the act. Mm, mm, mm. Were there times when you resisted having a sexual encounter with a female? Yes, there were. Uh-oh. She refused. What, if anything, happened when you resist? He would usually tell me to wait in another room until he was done. And I, as usually, chastised. Mm, 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 mm. And where would the defendant tell you to wait? If we were in a hotel, then I would have to wait in the restroom. Or if we were, regardless of where we were, I would usually have to wait in a restroom or another room that was near where he was having intercourse. And you said that after that, you would see the defendant. Yeah, I would have to wait until he was done. And what do you mean, again, by the defendant would chastise you? Meaning that he would spank me. Okay, so no gun, but a spanking. Okay. Okay. Because he wanted me to perform the specific way and I did not do so. And what specifically did he want you to perform? He wanted me to be intimate with other women. You testified that there were a recording made. Were those video recordings? Yes, they were. Did you ever see any of those video recordings? Yes, I did. In what context would you see video recordings of sexual encounters between you and other females? If you wanted to play in back and show you, he would, but it would usually be us in the middle of having intercourse or oral sex. And what would happen in the middle of that? He would just be playing back in what we had just done. For what reason or why did you understand he was doing that? To have you to like brag and boast about it? Who chose the women who you had those sexual encounters with? The defendant. You testified earlier that you were homeschooled or you for your senior year of school. Is that right? Yes. Did you graduate? I did, yes. And after you graduated high school, did you consider attending college? At that time, no, I did not. Why not? Because I had already forfeit all of my scholarships. What do you mean by that? I was no longer taking vocal classes or patriot singers. So there was really no other scholarships that I had been pursuing. You testified that earlier that you were with the defendant for part of the Black Panties tour as well as the buffet tour. Did you accompany the defendant on any other tours? Yes. He had an after party tour. Do you remember when that was? I do not remember the year that it started, no. When the defendant was not on tour, where would you usually spend your time? In the city or cities? Atlanta and Georgia? When you were in Chicago, where would you spend your nights? The studio? Which studio? In the beginning of 2015, the Ohio and later the Justine Street studio. And is the Justine Street studio the studio where the photos and government exhibit 926 were of? Yes. Over the time that you were with the defendant, who, if anyone else, stayed at the Justine Street studio? All of his other living girlfriends. And where in the studio would they stay? Everyone had their own place. And by place, where was it? What do you mean? Well, I mean, usually Juice and V had a room. Meek was usually in the master bedroom or the bunk room. Joy was usually in the living room. And me and the defendant were usually in a downstairs living room on the couch. Oh, okay. He seemed like he was with ass a lot. Okay. Now, you testified earlier that some of the photos in 926 were different than how you remember them because there was furniture missing. Is that right? That is correct. And what type of furniture was missing? The majority of bedrooms were taken out of the studio. And were those the bedrooms where Juice and Joy, Meek and V, and you and the defendant slept? Yes, it was. What, if any, rules did the defendant have for the manner in which you interacted with men other than the defendant? We can not talk to any men at all. When you were in an elevator, what would you do? We would have to turn around. And when you say we, who are you referring to? All of his live-in girlfriends, including Juice and Joy and Meek and V. Yes. Examination continues. By Miss Giddis. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading it. We almost out this thing, y'all. We got four more pages, okay? Y'all hanging in there with me. Thank y'all. And why did you understand that you should turn around when you entered an elevator? Because we were not allowed to look at men. Who told you that? The defendant. And when you say turn around in an elevator, what were you facing? I would have to face the corner. How about when you went to a nail salon? What, if any, restrictions were there? Did the defendant have for you when you went to a nail salon? If there was a man working, then I would not be able to go into the establishment. What would you do? I would have to leave out and call him immediately and let him know that there was a man working. What, if anything, did the defendant typically carry with him? He carried a backpack. Objection, Mr. Cannett. Overrule. the court by Miss Giddis. Did he carry it himself or did someone carry it on his behalf? It was both. Who would carry when someone else was carrying it? Who would carry it? Sometimes he would give it to me, and rewind. Sometimes he would give it to me and any of his other live-in girlfriends. And sometimes he would give it to his assistants. Which of his assistants might he give it to? His Uncle Bug? Did you ever have any opportunity to look inside his backpack? Yes. Oh. Okay. What did you see in it? Usually it was only iPads, a white tee, maybe like basketball shorts, and usually a dildo. Ooh, I don't know any man that walks around with a dildo in the backpack. A pocket cooch, a pocket puss, but not no dildo. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Dang. Drop the mic. Wait a minute. Whoa, hold on, y'all. I need to get a drink. Woohoo. Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get a sip. Wow. My God, today. Okay. Sherry, sweetie, let me just step on in my comments. We've got to wrap things up here soon anyway, but let me get in my comments, okay? Let me just address you real quick, sweetie, okay? Sounds like people made personal choices to live a certain lifestyle. This isn't that entertainment. Whoever finds this interesting or even funny may want to do some self-reflection. Sweetie, you supporting such a freak as this, you should be ashamed of yourself and you should do some self-reflecting. Ain't none of this you should be condoning. It's different, but hey, you want a penis or whatever, that's fine. We ain't talking about that. We talking about beatings. We're talking about child pornography. He's recording them. And trust is evidence. Again, what you say across the courts, you have to prove. You have to show proof. Okay? And the reason why you're not seeing these exhibits, honey, is because it's pornography. It's child pornography. What don't y'all comprehend? And what's funny, baby, this is funny. We're laughing because he deserves to be laughed at for all the stuff he put these young ladies through, and know that it's video footage of it. So don't come up, mosey up over here trying to protest. Okay? Don't mosey up over here with that. Cause y'all gonna be kicking and clackling on over there. Let's not even play that. Okay? Let's not play any of that. Cause they've asked these young ladies, did you want this? No. And if we're gonna make anybody human and humanize anybody, let's humanize all of them. When they became grown, they did make a choice to stay. That does not still entitle them to be going through all the abuse that they went through. That's period. You can live a certain way. You can be sexual all you want to. But at the very end of the day, you don't beat up on nobody. You don't physically abuse anybody. You don't treat nobody poorly. I don't care how old you are. And Mac, you sound ignorant. Because if you know what, let me pull this up. Let me do this for the people in the back. Let me show y'all something. And let me show y'all what the prosecution is looking up. Okay, I'm gonna do this in live and full effect since we want to play these games. Let me show y'all something. And this is stuff that y'all can do, but y'all choose not to, because y'all wanna go along with the petty bull. So I'm gonna play y'all games. All right, let's look up consent. And where did it take place? Orlando, Florida. Oh, oh, looky. The Florida age of consent is 18 years old. The reason why defense is constantly asking, well, how old were you then? How old were you then? Where were y'all at? Mind you, he already messed up, boo, because he had his first sexual encounter with AZRIEL in the state of Florida, and she was 17 years old. Let's make that very clear. He met her in April of that year. She didn't turn 18 till December of that year. Mind you, if you're listening, which y'all are not, because a lot of y'all are slow over there. Let me repeat it. She went with him throughout the summertime. When she finally revealed how old she was 17 years old, and school was about to start. Now, I'm not no rocket scientist, but I do understand that school starts anywhere from August to September. Okay, her birthday was still in December. Yeah, and then whenever they got the letter of consent from her mother, it wasn't even addressed to R. Kelly. So still R. Kelly had no consent, no authorization over her. Okay? So we're not gonna play that, all right? We're not gonna do that. Y'all stop, okay? Y'all be sounding ignorant and all that stuff. The parents, it was a setup. He fell for it. He should have sat there and ate his food and left them girls alone. He chose not to. So miss me with that. Sarah, no. What y'all, okay, let me say this for the people in the back, okay? And I'm not trying to be funny or whatever the case may be, because if y'all come and y'all asking real legit questions, I'm going to answer them, okay? It's not about that. It's about what you can prove in court. And what y'all have to understand, they have evidence. So regardless, if Geronda, her come fumbling and bumbling over their words and can't articulate, don't remember stuff, they have documentation. Why do you think she ain't committed any perjury or anything like that? Don't y'all know during discovery, they go back and forth as lawyers and prosecuting and what's the other one? And defense. And they go back and forth. Any evidence they're aware of, all of that. It's documented evidence. For those that just get in here, the freaking judge had to remind everybody. I just want to let you know that it's evidence. I don't know what more y'all got to understand or comprehend. I don't know. I don't understand. And y'all gonna understand, people lie on the stand. It's just what lies you can get away with. Okay? It's just the lies that you can get away with. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And then it's also the truths that you can prove. Okay? So let me get back to this because we're almost finished and I got stuff to do. I ain't got time to be going back and forth with y'all. Y'all gonna believe what y'all want to believe until y'all actually see it. And even if y'all see it, y'all gonna still be making up some stuff. So it don't even matter. Let me get back to reading this for the people that actually care to hear the truth and hear what is really transpiring. For those that are going to be in this facade about R. Kelly who don't give a damn about y'all can roll with it. Okay? Because I'm over it. Okay. How many iPads did you see in the defendant's backpack at once? It depends on how many could fit in that backpack, but usually anywhere from 4 to 6. Did you ever attend basketball games with the defendant? Yes, I did. What did you do during those basketball games? I would sit with the other living girlfriends on the side. Who, if anyone else, would you sit with other than the living girlfriends? An assistant? And what would you do during the basketball games? Well, we would just have to watch the defendant play and only him. And how is that possible? Okay, anyway. And what do you do? What do you mean by watch only him, right? Like, if we ended up looking at another man, we would get a chastising. What? How? Anyways, for it. Okay. What do you mean by chastising? A spanking. How often did you watch the defendant play basketball? Nearly every night. Where did you watch him play basketball? Usually his old school or churches would open up their basketballs at nighttime for him. How would you travel around? Chicago when you were in Chicago. He had 2 Sprinter vans, and anytime I needed to take a taxi. Oh, yeah. Okay. Who would travel on the Sprinter van? Me, the defendant, the driver, whichever assistant was there for the time being. And if it was everyone, then it would be me, him, and also his living girlfriends. Where would you go in the Sprinter van? We would usually just only go to parks or park outside of the cigar bar or just get food. When he went to the cigar bar, what would you do? We would have to stay on the Sprinter until he got back on. What would the defendant do? He would get off and go smoke cigars. And who was the we in the sentence when you said we would have to stay on the Sprinter van? Me and his other girlfriends. Was there a bathroom on the Sprinter van? No, there was not. What would you do if you needed to use a bathroom while you were on the Sprinter van? All of us would have to turn around and let the other person go behind a seat. Why not walk outside and find a bathroom? Because we weren't allowed to get off the Sprinter. Who told you that you weren't allowed to get off the Sprinter? The defendant. And again, when you say us, who are you referring to? Me and his other girlfriends. You testified that there were also some of the defendant's assistants who were sometimes on the Sprinter van. Is that right? Last page, you guys. Yes. Were there times when an assistant needed to use a bathroom? Yes. What would the assistant do? An assistant could get off and use the bathroom outside the Sprinter van? Yes. You said that you would go to the bathroom in the Sprinter van. How would you do that? They usually had gas station, like extra large cups, and they need to keep towels and tissue paper on the Sprinter. When the defendant returned to the Sprinter van after some time away, how, if at all, would you act when he returned? Everyone would have to get up and greet him and kiss him immediately. Were there times when you saw other of his live-in girlfriends break one of the defendant's rules? Yes. What, if anything, would you do? I would have to report it. Report it to whom? The defendant. All right, you guys, we're going to stop right there. I'm thinking I got to figure out who's going to take the reins from here. I want to say Atmos. I'm going to get in the comments and we're going to chop it up. Okay. All right. Let me stop it. All right, you guys. I am fixing to put the link in the chat. I have a few minutes, probably like 10 minutes that I can share with you guys. You have any questions? Okay, Atmos. Okay, good. All right, you guys gotta head on over to my boy Atmos Love Zone channel, and he is going to continue from there with the transcripts. I don't think he's going on right now, but please go to his channel and be on the lookout for that. But there goes the link. Okay, so he said he's going live at 3:30 Eastern, and you head over to Atmos Love Zone channel, and he's going to continue from there. And we're going to read. Still, we're going to read all this out. Okay, let me go into the chat. Let me see what you guys got to say. All right. Still, her parents dropped the ball. You can't explain signing over your kid to someone you don't know. They just as sick as he. Okay, so for those that were on attendance on last night when I was reading, we clearly know that it wasn't like that, okay? So y'all can keep running with that theory, and y'all can continue to act as if this is not what they do in Hollywood when you're retaining mentorship from people. So I guess Usher mom is disgusting. I guess Beyonce and Jay-Z are disgusting for taking in a young Rihanna. Yeah, do y'all research, because that's what you do when you get mentorship and when you are going under the guidance of a more creative being than you. All right, it wasn't even like that. Okay, and if they dropped the ball, I guarantee you the feds would have picked it up. Okay, the feds would have grabbed it and picked it on up. Okay, ain't nothing sick about people trying to take a girl's career that was booming. Okay, y'all gotta do y'all research. Y'all act as if Azriel some kind of Geronda. No shade to her. Geronda was a fan. Okay, but that still doesn't negate what he did to her. Okay, Azriel had musical talents that she gathered before him. She was going to him for the betterment of those. Okay, we're not gonna play with those. We're not gonna play with that. All right. So stop putting stuff out there in the ether that's not true. If y'all get the transcript and read it, y'all hear how that situation happens. Okay. And y'all act as if even with the, and I wanted to talk about this while everybody's on here. Y'all putting around this, oh my God, her mama was acting like her. Yeah, you're right. And I guess I'll be wrong too, because I get how it happens. When you are in the industry, okay, you have a lot of people that have PR people, that have managements that write on the behalf. Prime example is R. Kelly. Okay, yeah, no shade, no tea. He's not that articulate. He has a lot of people writing things for him, reading and stuff like that for him. Okay, let's stop that. All right. In this case, she had a 17-year-old daughter. If y'all was listening to the transcripts, Azriel gave her mama the paper. Did we forget that? Azriel handed the paper over to her mother. Okay? Handed it over to her mom. as they do all their business. This is not the first celebrity that Azriel came in contact with, y'all. So the thing is that this is how they conducted all the time. All that woman did when she got their phone, she went, hey, let me see some ping pics. No, she was like, hey, my name is Azriel. This is my information. I'm a musician. Here's my my YouTube videos and this and that and third and da 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 da. So y'all take stuff and run with it. Yes, I am serious. I'm serious. I am, Tyra. Are you serious? Because y'all are coming out here and deflecting. I don't care if these girls were pussy popping on a handstand. R. Kelly should have kept his penis in his pants. Okay? We can deflect all we want. But how many of y'all grown people got young nieces, young nephews, and stuff like that y'all are around, that y'all have to attend after and stuff like that y'all have no or have no blood relation to? Then I can say that because I was in education. I used to mentor a lot of kids. I didn't lick no twat. I didn't get no dildos. I didn't do none of that. I was a mentor. That does not consent for you to have sex with somebody underage. We can keep deflecting if we want to. It was a setup. He took the bait then. Y'all still going to continue to deflect. We can be here all day. Keep throwing it at me because it always is going to go back to him. They should have left him houseway. They couldn't even go take a piss. And you want to say, well, there was no guns held to his head. They got beat. They got beat. They got beat. I'm not finna leave out nowhere either. If I'm getting beat for looking and see who bringing my damn food, you think I'm gonna try to make a run for it? No. Furthermore, he infected all these girls. Who gonna want them? Let's be real. He gave them herpes. Who? They're young too. I'm not going. Hey. See, y'all not being realistic with this. Y'all are getting infatuated by who it is. I listen to the facts. Just like when we get the defense, I'm gonna listen to all of it. But see, just like this last transcript, man, y'all was running raggedy with this stuff. Oh my God, the mama was texting him. They knew he was meeting. They knew that she was meeting him. Then she never said that. Just lies. And it's unnecessary. Because the truth is going to come out regardless, y'all. It's going to come out regardless, y'all. Why do you think she keeps mentioning names? If you're mentioning, you're going to come out, child. Why do you think she's mentioning where it's recordings and stuff? Oh, okay. Where y'all at? I'm sorry, y'all. I understand. I get it. I get it. I absolutely get it. And like I said, I don't hate him. I just really wish people like y'all would have stopped allowing him to live like this and actually held him accountable. Because see, with accountability that y'all are trying to put on these parents, y'all should have been putting it on him years ago when he was messing around with his first victim, who was 12. Yeah. The same victim that he paid up under the table before that videotape came out. Yeah. Let's talk about facts. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all keep deflecting because y'all really truly ain't got no legs to stand on in this. Everybody ain't lying on this man. There's evidence, y'all. There's video, HD. That's why they keep asking, is it on an iPad? It ain't gonna be no editing of no videos with this one, brother. Or grainy footage. We ain't in the era of VHSs anymore. Let me get into these comments, y'all, because y'all talking silly. Silly. Y'all need to leave these parents alone. At the end of the day, those that are involved going to be held accountable. But at the end of the day, if any of these parents were involved, as grimy as this may be, he fell for it. He fell for it. And you can't do that. Anyways, let me get into these comments. Just like they said, the mama was taking her to the hotel at 3:00 in the morning when she went to the hotel after school, 3:00 in the evening. You know what I'm saying? Just spewing lies. Just because y'all don't want to hear the truth. And then here's the truth. And y'all still on her talking crazy. I can't change what is on there. That I'm reading what is being said. And then y'all want to come over talking about the lies. Baby, y'all, this is court. If Azriel is lying across the stand, she's going to be held accountable. And last I checked, she's off the stand. They done moved on. So clearly, she didn't perjure herself. Clearly, what she was saying has some validity to it. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, I don't know what more y'all want to hear in regards to the situation. But stop. That's what I'm saying. Don't come over here and sit up here talking about the truth. Now come over here if you want to hear both sides. Y'all hearing both sides. When you're doing a transcript, you hear both sides. Boy, his supporters. Yeah. Okay, a few more. 2 more minutes, you guys. I'm wrapping it up. You already know the feds got into that iCloud. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Even if you wipe the freaking, that's why I low key don't like iPhones, and I got one. But I don't put nothing in there that I don't care for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? And I'm flat chested as all the days pass, and so you gonna have you blink and it's gone. Okay, so I mean it ain't even no point for me to put anything in there, but you know what I'm saying, like I'm just saying, yeah, okay, yeah, you can break it, you can slam it, you can crack it, don't matter. This is fed, y'all. This not local. What are we doing? He took young-minded girls and boys, licked and sucked them all. Oh, Miss Martinez, what are you, girl? Turned them out, put fear in them, lied to them, and made false promises to them. He abused them mentally and physically. Yeah. Just saying. He had a better chance pleading insanity. Maybe that is why Greensburg quit the case. Well, Well, Yep. Chestnut checkers. People knew the type of person R. Kelly was from in the 90s. Why would you allow your teenage daughter around him? Okay. Can I answer that? Let's go. And this is you again, baby. Destiny, you back, girl. I already answered this for you, but I'll reiterate. There y'all supporters go again. We're either going to say that he got acquitted and he wasn't guilty of anything. And if that's the case, they did nothing wrong, right? He got acquitted. He didn't do nothing wrong. Or are you guys going to admit that he's been a monster and disgusting. And then, yes, the parents should have did better research. Which one we gonna go with? Because if you think about it, both of what I just said, it still goes back to R. Kelly. So which one we gonna go with? We're gonna go with the fact of the matter that he got acquitted. They didn't find nothing, but we knew he did it. Or we're gonna go with he did it, and the parents should have did a little bit better and research. What we gonna do? Hey, Diva Time, I'm gonna get you in. Give me 1 second. And I know personally, speaking to Mr. Clary, as gangster thugger that he think he is, he didn't think that was going to happen to him. And I've been there. You don't think situations are going to happen to you until they happen to you. Like a lot of you supporters, until it's your children, you think, oh, they shouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have my kids around them. Oh, okay. It don't have to be no R. Kelly. It can be your uncle. It can be your brother. Oh, okay. I'm going to bring Diva Time on. Hi, Diva Time.
I'm hoarse, and I hope y'all can hear me. I went to Vegas this past week and lost my voice living in Vegas. But I gotta say this, and I hope y'all can hear me. Those kids that he messed with, whatever was going on with their parents, sometimes things happen with parents and kids. Kids rebel against their parents. It happens. Parents and kids go through things all the time. If you went your whole child's 18 years of life without experiencing any trouble, rebellion, or anything, God bless you. But R. Kelly took advantage. And maybe it's because he had issues from his childhood. But after Aaliyah, somebody should have told him to get help. There have been too many other women. For you supporters who don't want to accept your king and what he is, that's not loving him. Loving him is telling him that he has a problem like Carrie tried to do. Loving him is saying, man, go to therapy. He was abused. I get it. I was abused. I get it. But he doesn't have the right to inflict that kind of pain on anybody else. And I mean that. So now for all you judgmental people who love R. Kelly so much and think this is okay, check your morals at the door. I'm just saying. And I ain't trying to judge nobody because I don't even like judgmental people. But my thing is, nobody gets to inflict that kind of pain on anybody else just because they went through it. They need to get some damn help, get some therapy. That's why God blessed us with therapists. I'm sorry, Whitney. Thank you. Just had to get that out.
No, don't you apologize for anything. And thank you for that. Absolutely, thank you for that. And that's why I'm just like, y'all, come on now. And that's all right. I don't know if I ever shared this story with you guys, but I was 16 and pregnant. How? I lied to my mama. I sure did. And my mom was a hardworking mother. You know what I'm saying? I got sexual abuse when I was younger, but she wasn't doing anything wrong. I was a good student. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I was an average teenager. You know what I'm saying? And I lied to my mama. I sure did. I told her I was going to sleep over at my friend's house. I even had one of my homegirls act like, you know, yeah, Miss Brenda, yeah, Whitney is coming over and stuff like that. I went to my baby daddy's house. Okay. Didn't know what I was getting myself into, even with the likes of my own boyfriend. And I wound up pregnant that weekend. How did I get back home? Because I was basically stranded at that point. Called a friend, the same friend who lied for me, and her mom had a policy. Her policy was, if you guys are ever stuck somewhere, I don't want to know what's going on, just call me and I'll get you to safety. And that's what happened. And she got me home. And my mama never knew nothing about that until I was pregnant. So miss me with the bull, as if y'all don't comprehend how this can happen. As the transcripts reflect, Azriel and R. Kelly both went before her parents to convince them. And if you are a parent, you know it doesn't take much with your children once they're enthused about something. And then furthermore, like Diva Tom said, and like Miss the Clarys already told y'all, but y'all wanted to disregard, she was adamant about going. And let's be even further realistic. This man had flip-flop, dipped her, gave her that grown man penis. And many of you guys know that saying, when you lose your virginity, you get to smelling yourself. Oh, yeah. So even after all the abuse and stuff like that, he had exposed her to some stuff sexually. And if we're going to be realistic, sex was meant to be good. It's not meant to be abusive and all these bad experiences and all these experiences that you don't want to be exposed to. And so the thing is that miss me with that. Stop that. They thought they were doing what they were doing for their child, for the well-being for her, for the benefit of her, helping her with her goals that she was already pursuing. Excuse me. No shade, no tea. R. Kelly ain't messing with everybody that he came in contact with as far as mentoring, as far as collaborations with. Stop it. So no, they didn't go into it thinking that this was going to rock their world. But you got some parents who did. It still does not negate the fact of what he did when they were in his vicinity. That's period. I don't care what y'all say. He still has to have self-control as the adult. So I just wanted to put that out there. On this channel, we're going to be real. You're welcome, Tyra. And y'all don't take me too hard when I'll be going in. It's just I'm passionate because this is real for me. And then I've built up a rapport with these people for real. So y'all need to stop deflecting. We're going to focus on what we're going to focus on. And right now, the people that are standing that are on trial is these alleged victims and R. Kelly. And you got to understand, it was not going to be that easy for them girls to get away with that. For the rest of their lives, they're going to have to tell people that they got herpes. When they want to give birth to children, they're going to have to take pills and stuff for the rest of their lives. Their sexual experiences have been with this one man, all these different people and stuff like that. Those are spirits. Like, don't make me even go there deep with y'all. So I just wanted to come on here and do the reading of the transcript. We are in the process, like I said, of getting them all so we can read exactly what's going on in the room. I don't, like I said, I'm not here for you guys to paint any picture for you guys. I stand on what I stand on, and we're gonna let the chips fall where they may. You're gonna believe what you want to believe, even with evidence right in front of you. You can see a whole video where this man is beating the mess out of these girls. You can see a video where this man is pissing on you. You still won't believe it. Oh, well, he missed the toilet. He didn't mean to pee on her. Oh, he was throwing the shoe in the closet. She should have ducked. Y'all just ignorant like that. I'm just sorry. Anyways, real quick, I'm finna answer these. Just because people are being transparent doesn't mean they are supporters. Not sure what that means. Honey bunches, you're talking about somebody in here, I don't know. Because a person is holding the parents accountable, that doesn't mean they're defending R. Kelly. All the adults in this situation was wrong. That's not true, though. That's not true. Hold those accountable that needs to be held accountable. Stop putting everybody in the box. You can't do that, because you got some alleged victims that were fans. You got some alleged victims that were going to him for real mentorship. You got some alleged victims that were grown women. You got some alleged victims that were kids. We're not fixing to do that. That's a scapegoat. But at the end of the day, with every experience, he is the common denominator. I can't. I'm not gonna go there with y'all with that. This is ridiculous. Whitney, are you reassigned partial and someone else reading partial? So what had happened was, let me break this down real quick before I end this. Three of us in a community went in on some transcripts, right? And we volunteered to be readers. Myself at Miss Love Zone, which will concede where I left off at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then Diva Divine, okay? So us three have been just rotating and reading wherever a person leaves off. If they got time and they can take the reins from there, then they'll read. So that's how that work. Like I said, we're in the process of getting all these transcripts. We're not playing with nobody. So we're going to be able to read everything and see where verbatim is going on. Ignorant isn't a nice word to use. Ignorant. Okay. By definition, do you want to look up the word ignorance or ignorant? Don't come over here and get mad because I know how to articulate myself. I'm not incompetent. So therefore, I know how to use specific words out of the dictionary. Okay. Yeah. All right, baby. Number one, I'm not the 2 or the 3, baby. Gone on. Okay. Gone on. Don't troll. Not today, sweetie. Okay. Got stuff I got to do. All right. He has never broke an artist. Tyra. Oh, okay. Hey. Ugly, do you want to look that up? Aw, baby, you see this face. That's cute. See, if you was dealing with somebody who, was insecure, that would offend me, but it doesn't. How about you look the word up, okay? You childish little bastard. Can you look up that one too? Meaning your mom had you before she had someone that she was married to? Yeah. Okay. All right. So anyways, thank you, Ty. Bye-bye, number one. Okay. Bye-bye. Anyways, y'all, it's just sad, and y'all should see the trolls. They come from my eye, like I don't know that, they come for all kinds of stuff. But hey, this is what I signed up for. And ain't nothing weak about me, so I'm all right. But come on, baby, ugly child, look at this face. Stop it, okay? Now I can be ugly, but nah, baby, stop that. Please, okay? Ain't none of my subscribers ugly, baby. We the pre-crew. You can't sit with us, okay? Anyways, y'all, I love y'all so very much, but most of all, God loves you guys, okay? So y'all be encouraging. Like I said, don't take this too seriously, all right? This is something that we're, interested in, but this is not life for us, okay? Respect everybody's views, and it's okay to have a healthy debate and argument, you know what I'm saying? But articulate yourself, say it with your chest, and and just be grown. Let's be adults and talk about our differences and see if we can see each other's aspect and different views. Okay. Now, if you got something else that you like to send to me for me to cover, as far as a article, as far as a conspiracy theory, or you just need my advice about something, head on over to reviews with whitneyd@gmail.com. That is my YouTube business account, and I will definitely get back to you. Okay. Now, if you would like to get some assistance from me with your YouTube, say for instance, you want to start up, you need some graphics, some intros, outros, you need to build up from rooter to the tutor. Okay. Contact your girl at whitneydavisplanning@gmail.com, and I'll help you right away. Okay. Want to support the channel and want to get any funds to me directly, no donation too small or too big, and you can send me a cash app. It goes directly to me. I love your super chats. However, 30% goes straight to go straight to YouTube. Okay. Now, if you want the funds go straight directly to me, send it to my Cash App. That's the best way, and I guarantee you it will go back into the channel. Now, if you would like to send a Cash App to me or whatever, and you want to add a note in there, add a note, and I guarantee you I'll respond back to you. All right. All right, you guys. Subscribe, like, and share to the channel. Okay. I love you guys so much. And most of all, God loves you. Okay. Head on over to Atmos Love Zone for the 3 p.m. Eastern reading of the continuation of day 1 of the Azriel session of the trial. Okay, you guys, I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Okay, happy weekend. Bye.
Today I saw a ladybug, and it's so crazy because Whitney used to always call me Ladybug, and we used to have thousands of ladybugs in Virginia. Come summertime, we used to open up all the windows, and thousands of ladybugs would just come into the house. They would fly into the house, and it would just be the most beautiful thing ever. And I saw a ladybug today, and it made me think of Whitney. That's so crazy.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me run this back. Let me address somebody real quick before I mosey on up out of here. Silky Smooth, if you're still in here. Whitney, with respect, you claim you're not biased, but you clearly are. You continue to only find fault in R. Kelly, however, not the victims or parents. I'm absolutely biased, baby. Want to know why? Because I'm for the victims. I never kept that back. That's not, I don't know where you got me saying I'm not biased. I said I'm fair. Yeah. There's a difference between being biased and being fair. I'm biased as hell because I don't condone no grown-ass man conducting himself the way he is. That's on period. Okay? With the exclamation point. All right? And it is R. Kelly's fault. It's never the victim's fault. Okay? And the reason why I said I'm not going to fault the parents, because at the end of the day, regardless if these parents signed off on their kids, that's just like you adopting a child. That does not give you the consent or authorization to beat your adoptive children. So miss me with that. I'm biased as hell because I'm angry when we free and let people like this get away with stuff like that. I am biased as hell. You're absolutely right. I'm a parent, and you are absolutely right. I know his history. Ain't no way in hell I will have my children around the likes of R. Kelly. Why is that though? Because I'm real, and I hold him accountable for what he did all them years prior to. But I can't fathom a genuine parent putting their children in harm's way. And if a parent did, to hell with them. Don't misconstrue my words, sweetie. I said at the beginning of me reading this transcript, anybody involved in this plan, anybody involved in this situation should be held accountable. But clearly, on the contrary of what you believe and by popular demand, the parents clearly didn't do anything. No, I'm shouting because this is my platform for one, and for two, you came at me. And you try to sneak that on up in there while I'm exiting the stage. And that's not fair. I'm biased as hell, and you should be too. This man was grown as hell. And y'all been giving excuses after excuses to this man, and it's sick. It's deflection at its best. Now, if you don't mind, Silky Smooth, I'm about to exit my show. If there's anything further you would like to say, I'm here and I can address it directly. However, let's stay on topic. Because see, now you deflecting about what you just said too. Oh, okay. Okay, two can have it. Okay. All right, Silky Smooth. Thank you. But yeah, I never said that I wasn't biased. I actually said I am. I actually said I am. And that's how you know that you're just coming in the fold. I've always said I'm biased towards the victims. I absolutely am. That don't even sound right. I'm absolutely biased. Because I'm a parent first. And I couldn't fathom or imagine my son who's cold on the football field, and he's going off to a college that I can't afford, that I can get to, but a coach steps up and say, hey, yeah, I'll take care of him. He can dorm with my son and this, that, and the third. And then I find out he getting molested. Oh, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's take R. Kelly off of it. Oh, okay. Because we ain't even talking about no girls no more. I'm talking about a little boy. This stuff can happen to anybody. And we don't have experiences with R. Kelly. But I'm just going to put it out there. Some of y'all are butthurt that y'all not getting y'all butts played with and getting shit put on y'all face. Let's be real. You low-key are jealous. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye. Because y'all are biased as hell over there too. And I get it. Like, kudos to y'all. But it's sad and it's sickening. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know me. I don't really get out of pocket, but don't do that. And he did not. And see, that's what I'm saying. Stop putting false news out there. Technically, actually, his wife signed a note. See? That's in the transcript. His wife signed the note. Still putting stuff out there that y'all don't know about. And that's what I'm saying. Are Kelly and the parents the problem? You absolutely right. If the parents were involved, they are the problem. If R. Kelly's, yes, thank you. Free him now. Now we talking. If parents were involved in this situation, they are the problem. But anyways, y'all. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I gotta get to my kids. That's what's important. I love y'all so much, but don't do that. Don't come for me. Not on my platform. I mean, you can come to me, but it need to be common sense. I'm not finna sit up here and entertain that, because like this is beyond me. Like this is silly. This is silly. Love y'all. I'll see y'all at Miss Channel. But
today I saw a ladybug, and it's so crazy because Whitney used to always call me Ladybug, and we used to have thousands of ladybugs in Virginia. And come summertime, we used to open up all the windows, and thousands of ladybugs would just come into the house. They would fly into the house, and it would just be the most beautiful thing ever. And I saw a ladybug today, and it made me think of Whitney. That's so crazy. It really made me think of Whitney.